Hello everyone, welcome back to the ultimate series of data science. In this video, we will going to discuss about basics of Python programming. In this video, we will see all essential fundamentals of Python which is used in data science, from basic syntax to the data manipulations. So, without any further delay, let's start with our first topic. Our first topic is using comments in Python. So, what is comments? Comments is basically a documented area in our program which is never be executed by the Python interpreter. Comment is a metadata which gives information about the another data. Comment is used to clarify our code and it provides maintainability in our code. So in Python, comments can be written in two ways: single line comments or multi-line comment. Let's discuss each of them practically. Simply we need to open Python ideally shell, and if we need to write a single line comment, we use hash symbol like this and we write our document here. This is a single line comment. So in this way we write a single line comment, and it is helpful when we need to understand our code easily. If I initialize I here and I write initialization this way. If we want to write more than a single line, so we use triple inverted commas like this. This is multi-line comments like this. It is not be executed by the Python interpreter. I hope you understand single and multi-line comments. So there are many uses of using comments in Python. It provides clarifying of our code. So comments are annotation within your code ignored by the computer. They help explain what each section does, making our code more readable, and it's also provide maintainability in our code. Comment helps other understand your code and can make it easier to debug and maintain in the future. So there are various uses of using comments in Python. I hope you understand it very well. Let's move to our next topic. So, how to execute commands in Python? So basically there are two ways to execute commands in Python. First is interactive mode and second is descriptive mode. So what is interactive mode? In interactive mode, we type command directly into the Python interpreter, and the Python interpreter directly execute command immediately, and it is great for we need to experiment with the code. So it is generally used for the testing purpose. And second is scriptive mode. In scriptive mode, we save our file with .py instruction in any text editor and run the entire script. It is used for the complex program when we need to write more than one or two lines. So let's understand each of them practically. So firstly we understand scriptive mode. In interactive mode, we only want to write our command here in Python shell. So we write print hello. Then it will give direct output. It will direct execute the code immediately. So in ideal shell, we only pass a command here. So in interactive mode, we need to open any text editor and we need to type our code here. So I type print hello with double inverted commas, and then we need to save the file. So I save the file with .py extension and we need to run it. So you see the output here, it will print hello on the screen. I hope you understand interactive or scriptive mode of the Python. So our next topic is packages in Python. So what is package? Package is the collection of different classes which is provide more functionality and provide more efficient coding. So there are many uses of importing packages in Python. First, extend functionality. Packages provide pre-written functionality and tools that extend the capabilities of Python. It is also used for efficient coding. Instead of writing code from scratch, you can leverage existing package, saving time and efforts. So in package, we in package many of the methods are defined, and we need to simply import this package and we use those methods in our program. So mainly common packages are NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, scikit-learn, and more popular packages for data science and machine learning. So we can import package by using the import keyword. Let's understand the concept of the package practically. So I open the Python shell and we simply import any package by using import statement. So I import package NumPy, import NumPy as np, and we use all the methods of NumPy in our program. So I will use NumPy method sqrt like this, and we pass some argument in this like 25, and then save it and run it. So you can see that it will give the result 5.0. So we can use packages in our program by using import statement. So our next topic is getting data into the Python. So there are many ways to get the data in the Python. Basically the simple way is by using CSV files. So by saving our document by using .csv extension, we read the data directly from the CSV file by using CSV libraries. And second one is databases. So connect to the database using libraries like SQLite 3 or PsychoPG2 to retrieve the data. Let's understand how the CSV file used for reading the data by practically. You can see here that I import Pandas library, and we called read CSV method and pass the string argument as data.csv, which is a text file that I already saved in my system, and I normally print that CSV file by using head method and calling the data by its object. So I will run it. You can see that all the data of the file will be print here. So you can use Pandas file to read the data from CSV file. So our next topic is saving output in Python. So there are many ways to save output in Python. We only see mainly three ways. So first is by using text file. We write output to text file using the open function in write mode. So by using the write mode, we can write any of the output to a text file. And second one is CSV file. So save the data to CSV file using the CSV library. We use CSV library to save the output in Python. And third one is databases. We insert the data into database using library like SQLite or PsychoPG2. I hope you understand it. So move to our next topic. So our next topic is accessing records and variables in Python. So we mainly use three ways to accessing records. First, we use access element and list or tuple using numerical indexing. So first way to access element is indexing, and second way is slicing, and the third way is dictionary keys. Let's understand each of them practically. So here I created a list which has element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the indexing of list is start from 0. So 1 has 0 index, 2 has 1 index, and 3 has 2 index, and 4 has 3 index. So if I want to access particular element from the list, we use indexing method. So I pass 0 here and it will give result 1, and I pass 1 here, it will give result 2. And by using slicing, we can print element from 0 to 4. So I will save it and then run it. You can see output here that the 0th element, which is 1, is print here, and the first element, which is 2, it's print here. And I use slicing to print the element from 0th index to the 4th index. So it print all the index from 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last index will be avoided by the Python. So be kept in mind that only n-1, it means second last element will be printed on the screen. So I hope you understand each of the concept carefully. If you like my video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my video.